What was I doing there? So, I want to talk about target notes and a way of trying to improvise off of, chord changes. So, most of the theoretical stuff that people talk about in jazz is like playing over changes. And I always maintain this, even though I'm talking about playing over changes here, that the best thing is to learn melodies of the song, period. And I'm not going to rescind that or at least, go against my tenet or at least that tenet, which is melody is key. It's not just learning how to blow over changes because if that's all we did, we'd all sound exactly the same. But at some point, you got to be able to have some kind of facility and learn the chords, and then kind of let your ears guide you, through theory guide you, feeling guide you to trying to play appropriate notes. What's an appropriate note? An appropriate note, quite frankly, is a very, very subjective thing because if you play a wrong note, somebody will say that they're just playing out. If you play the right note, then it's like that's not dissonant. It's like all the notes or the chords that are diatonic to whatever key that you're in. So it's all over the map. That's why we call it jazz. Really, to me, as long as you keep a rhythmic feel to the chord changes and to your single line solos, and as long as you throw in some of the melody in whatever you're soloing, you should be fine. But let your ear guide you. There is no substitute for anything you do other than your ears. I don't care how much theory you learn, how many chord progression, Ted Green books that you read, lessons that you have. At the end of the day, the great musicians, they have to play from within from that perspective. So let's get back to what I was playing. So three chords there was C major 7, A minor 7, and a G13. Okay? You got these three chords and you want to play lines over them, right? Without thinking about what's the 1, 3, 5, 7, and then just playing arpeggios, even though I was playing some arpeggios within that. If you visualize what the chord looks like, any note that you end up on or you incorporated in that's part of the chord, and this is not you reading music, so you've got this right here, this grip, which is a major 7 on the 8th fret like that. So any of these notes are comfortable. Now, if you know enough, you know this is a C right here, and this is also a C. So I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at this kind of like, an A minor shape kind of thing. The arpeggio looks like this. A C major 7 arpeggio. Okay? That line will sound good over there. Now, with the A minor 7, it's actually pretty easy to play over minor 7s if you have this kind of a grip. All of these chords, I look at this as target notes. And the same thing like this was. All that's target note. All that's target notes. Now it's what you play around it. So if I'm trying to think of a line and I'm playing rhythmically and I'm playing in the moment, any note that I end up on here, any line that ends up in any of these notes is going to sound fine. So that's all I did. Okay, you get the idea. Just mess around with the notes. Try to get them blending on there. Approach it like that. Slide it in like that. Now you got this G13. If I can play it right. Now, whatever reasons on 13th, if I get them, because I like this. I like this form. Actually, sounds dissonant. I love it. And I have a habit of arpeggiating a bunch of 13s to lead up to this. So I've got this G13. I might start here at a A13. there you have the idea. So visualize the chord and hear the notes of the chord. Don't think about arpeggios. Don't think about 1, 3, 5, flat and seventh, and all that stuff. Sometimes just have fun with it and experiment with it. I think somebody who did this really well. If you watch Herb Ellis play, and he actually has a book, Blues Form. That's the one, and I've kind of gone over some of the things in there where you look at the chord and you kind of outline the shape of the chord, and those become your target notes, and just run lines around that and use them as a target note. And I'm referring to the word target by meaning that have a line that maybe begins or ends with it, or there's a note that's a little bit approaching it. If you come up flat in your line, yeah, that's part of it. That's dissonance. If you come up short, that's also dissonant. Just played rhythmically within whatever rhythm that you're playing. And then don't forget the melody. All right, then. So have fun with those kind of chord forms. Learn to visualize these types of things. And, I can do this in my sleep sometimes. My 13th, my minor 7th, my minor 11th, my minor 7th flat and 5th, ninths. You got to have good chord vocabulary. If you have a good chord vocabulary, you can visualize the chord without looking at the fretboard and almost see the lines that you're going to play over those chords. All right, then? All right. Jazz is not as complicated as sometimes we make it out to seem. So sometimes I'm just trying to simplify it. If I cloud my mind up with too many things, it ends up going astray. So, all right, then. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the upcoming long weekend if I don't put up another video. And as usual, practice and practice some more.